What up, NAMIE AMURO Fanaticos? And this is Steven, and I got some news to share with you guys. Alright, so you may or may not have heard of, a little publication called Entertainment Weekly. You may or may not have, but chances are you probably have. Alright, so Entertainment Weekly Online has published an article, and it features NAMIE AMURO. As well, it features Boa and 5 other artists as well. I'll speak on Boa in a different video. But for now, this video will be strictly about NAMIE AMURO as she pertains to the article. Alright. So Entertainment Weekly did an article, and the article kind of like revolved around the theme of under the radar songs that you should hear and that you should know about. And again, in total, they included 7, and one of the 7 was NAMIE. So here's what they wrote. Alright, here's what they wrote about NAMIE. She sold more albums in Japan than Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and Kesha have sold in the United States combined. But chances are you have yet to hear a single track by J-pop star NAMIE AMURO. Typically, yeah. If you are in the United States, you probably have not heard of NAMIE AMURO. But me being who I am, I know about all, well, not all, but about all the cool people, or some of the cool stars throughout the world. Let's see. Next, the Japanese equivalent to Madonna, NAMIE is one of the best-selling artists of all time in her native country, with each of her 12 original full-length albums earning platinum certification or higher in Japan. But yeah, NAMIE has been around. Just in case you don't know, NAMIE has been around in the Japanese pop music industry since 1992 and since 1995 as a solo artist. So she's been around for a long time, and she has been able to, not only survive but also thrive in a very tough music industry. When she started out, she was kind of like when she very first started out, she was kind of like working her way up through the ranks of a girl group called the Super Monkeys. And after that, she had wound up becoming this, the breakout star of the Super Monkeys and went solo. And when she went solo, she wound up becoming a major pop phenomenon in Japan, And I think she may still hold the record of being kind of like the most successful teenage artist, of that time. Because when she came out and she was still in her teens, she sold almost 10 million records in Japan. And if you're in the United States, that may not seem like a super lot, but in the Japanese music market, that is like a super lot, especially just being like your debut, And I think she may still have that record. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anyone was able to snatch that record from her. But let's read on to the next part of the article. Stateside, she's yet to notch a single track on a major chart, though she recently recorded 2 albums almost entirely in English. 2013's Feel, for which she collaborated with Zedd, and 2015's Genic, which includes production from David Guetta and Sophie. Yeah, NAMIE has not released any music internationally yet. And for good reason, I'm not sure if she's really in the mindset to really want to promote music internationally. She's not really in the mindset to want to promote music domestically. She's not she ain't doing no interviews. She's not doing no live performances, no TV specials. She just putting out the single and seeing just letting it sell. Putting out the music, letting it sell. Do a couple of music videos, but after that, just let the music sell itself. But yeah, her 2 latest albums have been have a lot of English language tracks on them. And I suppose that's sort of like a good thing. I guess we can sort of see like singing in English for NAMIE is perhaps sort of paying off, you know? And that is a good thing because when international fans want to hear her music, they won't be kind of like taken aback by it being in a different language. Like people are used to hearing songs in English, not so much Japanese though. um, so next, after a short post-Genic break, and Genic's the name of the album, her latest album, the 38-year-old unveiled a new EP last month featuring Mint, a wonderfully wacky mix of electronic surf rocking guitars, R&B chants, and a pulsating EDM breakdown showcasing the sonic bravura that makes J-pop some of the most interesting music on the planet. Yes, NAMIE wound up releasing her single Mint sometime in May, and for the single Mint, she released a music video for it too, which for me personally is probably one of her best music videos she's done lately. Very creative, but at the same time, it's it's creative, but it doesn't have a super large budget, which is interesting because usually you think, oh, you have to have a super huge price budget to do creative videos, but that's not true. That's not the case all the time. And NAMIE was able to make a creative video, you know. And for me, the video Mint is sort of like reminiscent of a Lady Gaga's Alejandro video, as well, sort of reminiscent of Beyonce's Single Ladies video. Kind of like a mixture of those. Sans the homoerotic stuff and, you know, more of the dancing stuff, you know. All right, that is the end of the article, or at least the part featuring NAMIE. So I thought that was pretty cool that Entertainment Weekly did this article, you know, featuring kind of like music that they think you should know about it, and NAMIE being one of those people. And as you guys may remember, BuzzFeed also did a feature on NAMIE a while back for her music video for Golden Touch. So like NAMIE is sort of kind of, I guess, receiving you know, some media buzz a little tiny bit in the West, which is pretty cool, you know. I wonder how this is all coming about. Like, does NAMIE have some really good PR people who are able to kind of like work this in? You know, are people really just checking for, you know, just coming across NAMIE and be like, whoa, let's feature her. You know, so I wonder how this is all playing out and this is working. And also, I wonder, is this going to be? Could this be kind of like a hinting toward an American or international career for NAMIE? Like, is she going to try to take on the international music market, you know? But for foreign artists, especially for like foreign Asian artists, it's very tough. You know, the international music market is extremely tough to break through. I do think that NAMIE could do it. I do think that there's going to have to be some very clever and aggressive marketing involved in this. But I think that NAMIE could do it. I think that NAMIE has the look, she has the sound, she has some dance moves as well, and she has a respectable voice. And also she's foreign, but which could be interesting and not necessarily threatening. Sometimes people can view foreign as threatening instead of interesting. But I think NAMIE would be considered more interesting than threatening as a foreigner. But I think that NAMIE could do it. I think that NAMIE is probably one of those artists who do understand the business aspect of the music industry a lot, you know, because some artists, I won't name names, but you know who they are, who probably would be a bit more like oh, I have to stick with this style, but NAMIE is like, well, let's try different things, you know? I mean, of course, NAMIE does have things working against her, of course. She's not a native English speaker. She is a bit old, although she doesn't look old, but she's a bit old for the music market, which could be a tough sell. Um, as well, I don't think NAMIE would be up for having to kind of like, to an extent, start over, you know? Because NAMIE is so established in Japan that she could release anything and it would sell at this point. But here, it's not like that. She would have to go all the way back to square one, you know, which could be a bit daunting for her. She may feel a bit weird having to go back to square one because she like, you know, having to do kind of like small town or small event concerts, you know. So I think if NAMIE does break through, I think that probably her song would have to break through first, and then NAMIE would come to promote the song, not necessarily NAMIE breaking through and trying to promote a song. Like, I think that one of her songs would probably have to catch the eye of someone, you know, powerful and big in the entertainment industry, and they would push the song a bit more, or either the public would push the song more. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say for the time being. I could go on, but I'll bring this video to a close. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Feel free to comment, feel free to subscribe, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and support are extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.